Hides up here, isn't it?
There's so many of you.
I know. Look at all of them. Is there usually this many of you around this portal, yeah? Dear. Well, it is an absolute pleasure to be here today. We are absolutely thrilled to be on the portals and here in your sort of realm. Now we've become the World Walkers, haven't we? Yes. Very strange sort of feeling, to say the least. Yeah, well, who's excited? That's what I'd like to hear, but I think we can get it louder. Who's excited? Brilliant. Well, first I believe we need some introductions. No? That would be proper, wouldn't it? I believe there's some not so familiar faces here, so please, take it away.
Hello, my name is Piper, and that's more than a name. Nice to meet you all.
Yes, hello, my name is Oliver, but you all can call me Ollie if you like. Hello! I love you too.
And of course, as always, friends, I am Maxwell Morgan. Maybe at some point I'll do a magic trick, friend. Maybe at some point. Friends, well, I believe it's time for you to meet everyone else that we came to the portals with today. Yes, it's more than just us, luckily. Yeah, it'd be rather boring if it was, wasn't it? So, yes, coming on stage now, we have Lammy the Dwarf.
Hi, everyone. I already came out, but
welcome back.
my nose shrank because I was cursed by a witch and she shrank my nose.
It's not the portal pressure, is it? I've heard there's some sort of weird pressure between portals when you go through.
It happened to my brother, so maybe.
Right, yeah. Alright, next up we have the fairy formerly known as Princess Kyra. Yes.
Miss Evermore.
And now some of our beloved townsfolk, Professor Edgar Beaumont. Followed by Gudrun the historian. And please, a very warm round of applause for Mayor Violet Atkinson. You know him, you love him, you just can't get away from him. Septis the Executioner. The beloved and charming dragon trainer, Aina. And please, fasten your seatbelts for the next one. It's a lot of energy coming at you. Briggy the Imp. Yes, indeed. Now, friends, you may see out there with some of you, we have some of our other beloved individuals. Where the Black Heart Hunters at? Can they please stand for me? Here they are. Jasper and Devil. We also have out there some of our Elfin Rangers. Can they please rise? Very good, very good. Yes. Vieira, Nightshade, and Naima. Then, of course, we have Orin, the sailor. There he is. Voldo, the lantern bearer. Bright indeed, yes. And if you haven't heard him already, then I'd be rather shocked. Drock, the goblin. But friends, it is my pleasure to introduce to you tonight one other unfamiliar face. Beautiful, fair, Ariadne, Princess of the Spiders. Yes, a warm welcome as she joins us here in Evermore. Well, brilliant, fantastic, friends. Oh yes, Suds McBride, you made it! Everyone, loud applause for Suds McBride! Right, oh yeah, you should stand. Right, it doesn't make much of one, unfortunately. Yeah, he's here, we promise, yeah. Yes, brilliant. Well, friends, oh yes, the Drock seems to have made his way to the stage, this is very good. Now, if you haven't noticed already, we're doing a lot of talking, us three, me mostly, sorry friends.
Yeah, just mostly you.
Mostly me, that's classic, isn't it? It's usual. And what could that possibly mean? What could it possibly? Well, we have a show for you today.
A show?
A show! Yes, indeed. You see, we started thinking, well, if we're going to go beyond the portal, we need to at least practice what we're best at, and what we are best at is acting. Is it not, right? Rather talented, aren't we three? But we'd feel remiss if we didn't include some of our friends, so we're dropping this on them at sort of last minute. Yes, rather rude, isn't it?
You don't mind, do you?
But the only proper show, I think, would be a year in review. Oliver, don't you have something to say about a year in review?
Yes, so the portal that you all have come through here and there when you come visit us, the World Walker portal, has been open for a year. full year of fun-filled magic that you have gotten to experience, and now we get to experience as well. And we're going to bring a little bit of our magic here with you, and Piper's going to lead us in some fun little things that we're going to need from you.
Yes, we need some audience participation. So first, can I see what it looks like when you participate? Yes? Come on, give me a cheer. Come on, please, let's get it out there at the old convention center. Brilliant. Piper, take us away.
I love this group. Listen up, we're going to need 3 things from you. Now, every time we say the word portal, we're going to need you to make the portal sound effect. Alright, so what you're going to do is take your hands like this and go whoosh. Alright, you put the bell in. The whole room's got to do it just as loud as they were cheering right a moment before. So let's try it out. Ready? Portal. That was amazing.
Yeah, just like that. Just like that.
That was perfect. Now, the second thing. Every time we say, there's a character named Tip Top in our shows, and he couldn't be here today. But every time we say Tip Top's name, you're going to clap twice. So let's try that out. Tip Top. Very good. Portal. Whoosh. I love that. Now the last thing. Every time we say the word rejoice, we want to hear what it sounds like when there's a real rejoicing. So lots of clapping, shouting, huzzahs if you like. Let's try it out. Ready? Rejoice! Perfect. Portal. Tip Top. Rejoice. That's well, I think they're ready for the show. Woo!
Friends, our story begins a little less than a year ago in the town of Evermore. A curious mind and inquisitive heart by the name of James Birtwhistle Wickham.
Who's going to play Wickham? Gudrun, you play Wickham.
She's the smartest, yes.
He was
Professor Wickham.
Professor
You see, Professor Wickham was working on a device never before seen by this world. An automaton known as Tip Top. Yes, indeed. He began to work in his workshop, but...
Nightshade! Perfect Tip Top, Nightshade.
We need you to be Tip Top. Come here.
Oh, yes.
Come here.
Perfect.
Come here.
And,
Come here.
you know,
Master,
honestly...
Come on, man.
Oliver, you remember the props, right? You brought the props.
Right.
The props, yes.
Right.
Oh.
Props.
Where are they?
The props that are back in Evermore.
Oh,
You left them.
I didn't plan for going through an interdimensional portal, Maxwell.
Solution.
thank you.
Oh, God. I have a solution. Friends, we need a bit more participation. So we need some tools. So do any of you have any? Do you have a wrench, a screwdriver? What? Yeah, that works.
Anything that looks too light,
This?
just hold it up and come get
Let's
it.
see this. What's that thing? What is that?
Fast.
This thing. Very good. Oliver, get that thing.
I'm a bit nervous
Yeah,
to
get
work with that.
that. Here, use this. Yes.
Thank you, thank you.
Some rope.
Right,
Very
some-
good.
I know a couple.
How does it work?
I don't know what this is.
That's what it's supposed to. Oh, thank you. Yes, that's all right. Next one, get to work.
Perfect.
Oh,
All right.
yes,
All right.
Excellent. And you just build. Yes, you see, he was working to build this automaton, and the purpose of this automaton was very strange, foreign to many individuals. You see, Professor Wickham was studying interdimensional rifts, tears between time and space, or as we all belovedly call them, portals. Indeed. You see, Professor Wickham had done so much research and had found a way to tear a rift between this world and another. He made Tip Top to explore these rifts. The first one that he opened was to the world of Mythos. Yes, lush, green, beautiful, and coming through this portal was Kaderin, king of the fairies and all of his beloved
We need somebody tall.
fairies.
Vayala.
That's all, Vayala. Come here, play Kaderin.
That's right.
Come on.
Around here, yes.
Come on.
Listen, you
Think about
came
it.
to Faye.
Yes, indeed. Many strange individuals and beloved people came through this portal. And Wickham got thirsty. He wanted to learn more. He wanted to see more worlds. So, he opened another rift, as is natural, right? However, the rift he opened made him wish he had never meddled with portals in the first place. You see, the second rift he opened was to the world of law, a dark world with a parasite and plague on the other side that leapt through, infecting the minds and hearts of the many individuals in Evermore. They began to cough.
Everybody cough.
You see, mushrooms sprouted from the necks twigs from the fingertips. Their minds were wreathed in madness.
I don't know who I am anymore.
That was common. That was common around here, yes. And of these afflicted individuals, Kaderin, the Fey King, was numbered. He got sick by the plague, doubling in size, towering in height. His mind was wreathed in that same madness. His heart plunged into darkness. He gathered a group of individuals he called his druid to spread his dark machine. Oren, get up here.
He's so enthusiastic.
Yes, a druid to spread this darkness far and wide. Yes, you're playing the bad guy.
Really?
We all have to.
But you're playing it so well.
You do. It's not a compliment.
No, not at all.
No, sorry. Yes, indeed, indeed. As they spread this darkness, the townsfolk began to go missing out into the woods. And when they returned, they came back with those mushrooms, those twigs in their minds, missing a semblance of what they once were. Indeed, scary times. Terrifying.
What's wrong?
Many individuals attempted to help, including the World Walkers, but one such person was Thurgood Dyad, a mad chemist. Let's see. Edgar. Hey, yeah, Edgar, you. Yeah, go here. Yeah. You see, he went to gather pieces for an antidote. We need pieces for an antidote. Can you ask him?
Go
Yes,
find something.
anything you could bring to help it, and
Go find it.
Go find it.
Black
Just go.
River stones or something.
Go find it. Go find it.
Very good, yes. Kira! Look right there, perfect. We've got some. Excellent. He went to go find pieces of this antidote to try to cure this darkness. Other individuals rose up to help as well, such as the Black Heart Hunters. Yes, indeed. They rose up to fight against this darkness and do whatever they could. I believe they have a rather, interesting fish story they like to tell.
Can you tell us your fish story, please?
Who wants to hear a fish story? About 5 people too. Good for you.
All right, so who wants to hear about the fish then? Yeah, all right. Bear Suds will need your help, since seeing as you were part of it. You'll be the fish. Bear Suds will be
Jasper's the fish.
Bear Suds, and I'll be Derval downhill. And all right, so it started out. Well, see, I was down learning to swim. It was right, yeah. That one's for you.
Thank you.
There we are.
So I was teaching Derval here how to swim because he didn't know how.
I picked it up very quickly, naturally, as I do.
Well, you see what happened is I was teaching Derval how to swim and I was like, Derval, this is how you swim. And while I was teaching him, I had my back turned to him. And while I had my back turned, all of a sudden I heard this giant splash and he was out screaming and running. And I was like, what are you scared of, Derval?
I'm a very good swimmer too, I found out that day, yeah. Very quick.
And so he runs away, and I'm not sure why. And all of a sudden, and right before I could get out of the water, this giant beast
Swallows him whole! And he was
jumps
inside.
out of the water and eats me body whole.
And of course, being a hunter, my first reaction was to hop up and run for help. So I did, and I went and got my superiors, and with one foul shot, Killian, my superior, my trainer, if you will, struck the beast dead. Aidan plunged the knife in, removed the fish, and there it was again. Yes. So I saved him. Myself. Yeah.
That's the story of the beast.
I thought that was how you helped with the darkness, but I was confused. So, there was a fish story, I guess.
That's a good fish story.
Yes, a very good fish story. Briggy, you want this back? Yeah, it's yours, sure. Very good. Very good. Yes, the Black Heart Hunters assisted as well, and fighting this great, great darkness really took a toll on the town. You see, the fish clearly were rather large, apparently affected by the darkness. Others were beginning to get sicker, get worse, and we were nervous that people would begin to die. However, the story does have a theme. Where there is darkness, there is light. Yeah, more darkness, true, but light mostly, yes? And those who rise up to fight it, and that love that shines through the darkness. You see, Suds McBride, the individual swallowed by the fish, yes, had struck up a courtship with Clara Nettleton, the miller's daughter. Yes, Suds, please come up here, play yourself, all right? You're the best one to play yourself.
You're the best one to play, Suds.
Indeed,
Suds.
indeed.
Too soon.
Yes, they had right, you're too soon. That's fair, that's fair. They struck up a courtship with one another and began to frolic throughout the town, becoming the envy of many.
Who's Clara?
Oh, Clara.
Who's Clara?
Briggy, you're Clara.
To be Clara.
Phenomenal.
Yeah. Come on, please. Work with me, please.
Right.
Yeah, don't pretend. Just really
How
believe
much
it.
money do you have?
Not much.
I don't love this one.
2,000 gold.
Oh, that's more than zero. I go then.
I have gold now. So
Yeah,
good.
very good, very rich. I'm in love with you this much. Though. Just,
It's enough. Very good. Yes, you see, they were in love more than just this much. And Suds had an idea cross his mind. He thought perhaps he was to propose. But someone forgot the card with the ring in it.
Ollie,
Sorry.
we really need that ring.
So we need a ring. They don't have a ring for us. Something we can use to engage.
Who's got a ring?
Over there. Do you see it? Do you see it, Oren? There we go. Hurry about. We'll continue with the story while waiting. You
if
see,
I can't see it from here, I don't want it.
we'll bring it closer, and then you'll be able to see it from closer. And then it's bigger.
It's big if it comes close.
It gets bigger if it comes closer.
Right, I
Yep,
give
it's
you a
magic.
chance though.
Anyway, you see, during this time while Suds was running out to find a ring and was trying to make everything perfect for the engagement, Clara fell ill with the dark blood plague.
If we just had
Top
a
one.
ring, if only we had a ring.
Yes, you see, she was taking care of her brother Finley Nettleton when she caught the plague, and there didn't seem to be any cure in sight. You see, Thurgood Dyad, whoever he is, was still out there collecting ingredients and such, but hadn't quite found a way to cure this darkness and this disease. Yes, but still, the march of love continued.
Can I be in love with that one instead?
No.
No.
The march of love continued, and Suds did decide to still propose.
Your mistake.
Clara,
What?
will you marry me?
Yes,
Shush. I say yes, I get the ring then, yeah?
that's correct.
And then yes, very good.
Yeah. Wait, no, I put it on your finger.
Okay.
No, let me do it the romantic way.
The romantic.
Let them feel things.
Ari,
No, wrong finger, no, your ring finger, this
No,
one.
that's one.
The ring finger, please. Yeah, that was close. There you are, the ring.
That's actually how it happened.
And
Well, the couple rejoiced in their new engagement.
we're getting married.
Yeah, we're gonna get. And then the divorce very fast, though, yeah?
No. Let him tell the story.
Hurry, then go fast.
Yes, but the rejoicing didn't last long. You got me there. You see, because Clara was sick, and the portal was beginning to wobble, wiggle, and weaken as James Birtwhistle Wickham, the individual that opened the portal, in the first place was working to close it. Indeed, Clara got a thought in her mind. Do I stay and risk the life of my love, Suds, or do I leap through the portal, banishing this darkness forever? Well, you see,
I
with the help of a good friend...
choose to stay here.
Oh, dear. What? Do I have something shiny? Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah, I don't want to go through the
Yeah.
portal. I know I don't want to though.
Well, have
That's what
something
the ones I
shiny.
just-
You
What?
see,
Something shiny.
she decided to leap through the portal. And he closed behind her, locking her on the other side. Suds was devastated. Indeed. No cure was in sight. The source of the darkness was closed off to the world, but still, individuals getting more and more sick until Thurgood Dyad, the man with the stuff,
Stop. Here.
met an individual by the name of Badger. He was a grave digger.
Who can play a drunk? Naimer, the Elfin
I'm as
Rangers.
great at being drunk.
Right, come here. Come on.
Come here, Naimer.
Be
Naimer,
drunker.
come on. With haste, please, with haste.
Run faster.
You're a ranger. You can run faster than that, please.
Fast.
Very,
Do elves get
Alright, now he is actually running like he's a drunkard.
very good.
That's a really good jump.
You see, Badger wasn't all that he appeared to be. He was actually from the world of Aurora, one way yet to mention. And he had much magic behind his fingers. So with his help, Thurgood Dyad was able to create this antidote, this cure, and it spread throughout the town like wildfire, curing Clara's sick brother. Not Clara, though. It's unfortunate. And of course, all the other individuals that had wandered into the forest, but of the most important was Kadarin.
try
The
some-
Fey King of Fairies, very, very towering in size, right? They were given the cure, but it didn't quite take the first time. You see, there was a sort of chanting, a ritual. They needed to chant his name. Kadarin is the name, and I'd ask you to help me now. Just Kadarin, 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 Kadarin! There it is, right? And just as such, Kadarin was healed, but his mind was not what it was before. He retreated into the forest to see if he could retrieve what was left of his mind with his fairies. And the town was at peace. The town was rejoicing. The darkness was gone, or so it seemed, and the months began to change. Soon, winter came.
Now, the town of Evermore was just getting over the sickness that plagued them during the law event.
Cough's almost gone.
Oh, good, your mushrooms are going down. That's nice.
How are my twigs?
Very nice.
When all of a sudden the temperature started to grow colder and colder, when suddenly a new portal opened to a new land called Aurora. Now, stepping forward from this portal came many delegations, kings and queens and such. The king, Kyra.
She used to be royalty.
The king came through. Now, this was King Eirik.
Oh, I am King Eirik. I am king.
That is how he sounded. Now, many other people came through the portal, including the king's daughter.
Ariadne. Yeah, come here. Yeah, join us, please.
Join us.
Yeah, she's royalty too.
The king's daughter, Drifa, who was the current general of the armies of Aurora.
Hello.
Now, it was while they were here, dancing about, having a good time here in Evermore, mingling, they came across a familiar face. Someone they hadn't seen in a very long time.
My old friend Jakul.
What are you telling me? You mean that Badger was Jakul all along? What? I thought he was just Badger.
That's an animal.
And the Gravedigger.
Now, this started to cause a little bit of conflict, you see, because Jakul was the previous general, and in this introduction, King Eirik felt that Jakul should have his job back.
No, I am the general.
That's fine, I don't really want it
No, you
anyway.
cannot have it.
Okay.
I do not know what to do.
Do I want it? Oh, no, I do not want it. Well,
Can't have it.
as I said, this started to cause some conflict in the town, you know. Many people wanted Jakul to become general. Once again, who wants Jakul? Round of applause! But I don't want it.
What about Drifa? Me.
Who wants Drifa?
I noticed you not clapping. I will remember that.
Sadly, there's still conflict. Drifa threatening to start a war because that's what Drifa does. Now,
best.
it was in this time that the town automaton Tip Top was seen dancing and having a jolly time, when all of a sudden, he started to break down.
Tip top. Tip top. Tip top. Tip top. What are we going to do?
I have an idea. Town meeting.
Town meeting.
In the tavern. 5 minutes.
Let's move it.
Let's move it. Here we go.
All right.
I've got your idea. All right, town meeting, 5 minutes, right here.
Perfect. Brilliant. 5 minutes later,
What should we do? Let's see. Where's his inventor, Wickham?
Wickham's gone.
Wickham.
Oh wait,
Where's
no,
Wickham?
no, you're not
No,
actually.
get out of here.
Wickham disappeared.
Where did Wickham go? No one knows.
Great.
Oh, I got an idea.
You got an idea?
What if we melt him down for scrap and build a tiny baby Tip Top? They like it. They like it. Yeah. All right, let's get to working.
When all of a sudden King Eirik came through with a brilliant plan.
I have a brilliant plan. Oh, what was my plan?
Just follow my lead. Yes, the plan is everybody, I need you all to put hands together and make the worm. Rub your hands really fast like this. Do you feel the worm? I don't believe you. Okay, and now push the heat at Tip Top.
Don't clap.
Don't clap.
Oh, got some of you.
Keep going, don't stop.
It's working.
Everybody's help. World Walkers with Origins, everybody. Come on, everybody help.
And it worked! The town rejoiced! smart.
And I am still general.
And it was in this moment that Trifa, seeing the infinite wisdom of her father, decided to have a heart-to-heart with Jakul and relinquish her position.
What?
She relinquished.
But then, King Ira came through with another absolutely brilliant plan. He said,
I think that you have learned a lesson and you should be general.
Yes, I've been saying this the entire time.
Me too. If only we had listened to Jakul.
but in this moment, the king also made Jakul an ambassador.
I'm now an ambassador.
What is
Good
that?
job, I'm proud of you.
You're doing a great job.
But it was... Meanwhile, in this time, the dragon trainers, Aina, were working on a ritual.
Aina, come here.
Aina, come on.
Aina, you are a dragon trainer. Come here.
Of course, I'm a dragon trainer. I'm not an actor.
Fine.
Do it,
Lonnie, you come and sit.
Fine, let me.
Come and sit. Perfect. You're a dragon trainer. You're Aina. Thank you. Here you go. There's that thing.
The dragon trainers started a ritual.
It's all with positive reinforcement.
Be a dragon trainer.
They started a magical ritual trying to bring dragons back to the land.
You're getting an old one.
You're not understanding how it worked. It wasn't a magical ritual, it was a scientific ritual. See, we needed to use a matter of resonance, and we needed a metal from each different world, which we then resonated at just the right frequency to try and tap into the energy from the space between the worlds. You see, we were trying to wake up our eggs. It didn't work the way we thought it did, but about a week later, we started getting reports that dragons were seen coming through the woods.
Nice job, dragon.
So dragons came back.
Wait, you can talk? You lied to me, dragon.
I am a man
No,
now.
dragons, their vocal cords are too thick to have the finesse for spoken dialogue.
So
The more you know.
Thank you, Aina.
Thanks.
Now, it was in this time after the ritual that the portal to Aurora closed. Good job. And the delegations went home, and everything was peaceful in Evermore once again, and the seasons started to change, and soon spring came.
Please hold.
And spring, of course, gave way to summer. And in the summertime, the portal to Mythos actually opened. Thank you, opened again. Now, for this last part, we're going to add one last sound effect. Anytime we say the word gasp, you can guess what you have to do. Perfect. All right, because there's some quite surprising things in this part of the story. Now, when the portal to Mythos opened again, through came the fairy formerly known as Princess Kyra.
Actually not.
Oh, well, you just
Right,
say your...
formerly known as Princess,
I'm
formerly
Kyra.
known as Fairy.
The fairy formerly known as Princess Kyra. And, Kadarin, where's Kadarin?
Ayala.
Kadarin out in the woods heard of this, and with his memories mostly restored, he was able to come back, and there was a joyful reunion, and they rejoiced.
No, they weren't the only individuals to come through this portal. Whoosh, there it is. I caught myself off guard with that one. You see, other friends came through, such as the Elfin Rangers. Yes, another guild to add to the guilds of Evermore. Right? Now, let's hear your support for the guilds of Evermore. First, the Knights of Mythos. The Blackheart Hunters. The Dragon Trainers. The most popular. And the Elfin Rangers.
Ollie's the best one, by the way.
Oliver is the best Elfin Ranger, this is true. You see, these four guilds aforementioned, you see, began to fight with one another about a very sensitive subject. Dragons. Yes, you see, the Dragon Trainers had one way of dealing with them, the Elfin Rangers another. And it caused much conflict between them. There was bickering.
Lots of bickering.
Hey, bicker.
Right, there it is, very good.
Not if I have to say anything about it. Oh, no.
I don't like it when people murder innocent creatures.
It's a downer, isn't it? Right
No, that's
then.
not what we did. Oh, sorry, amongst all this bickering, there was actually not very much protection going on.
Bicker.
And so, underneath their watch, some very strange things happened. For one thing, this Violet Atkinson, where are you, Violet? Her barn was burned down. By none other Thanks for being a barn, Ollie. You make a great barn.
It's the least I can do since I lost all of our props.
It was quite a mystery.
Barn door's open.
That's right. And even more surprising, this barn, it turned out, was burned down by Gudrun the historian. Gasp again.
Spoiler.
Where are you, Gudrun? Where have you gone? Oh, you can come back now. Right. And let's see what else happened. Oh, that's right, Professor. Oh, I'm sorry, Max. I got to tell it. I'm sorry.
Just do it.
All right, fine. Professor Beaumont, where are you, Professor? His home was actually burgled by Maxwell Morgan. Gasp.
However, it was discovered that Gudrun and myself were under the effects of mind control magic. You see, where I come from, these little fey boxes, right, that's where you come from, that's your mind control magic. Where I come from, it's little vials of potion and such, right? But there was more dangerous things happening in the town. You see, Jardani, the fortune teller.
Who's going to be our Jardani?
This is told.
Ooh, he's very attractive too.
Come here. Yes. Do your best.
You play Jardani.
What's your best French accent?
French.
I'm French.
Very good.
Very good. You see, it turns out that Jardani was a man of two souls. One being Jardani, the fortune teller, the other being Dimitri, a sort of body-snatching demon fiend of some sort that had possessed him. However, the town, with the help of the World Walkers, was able to discern this, and using Jasper... There
Are you Jasper?
Come here, come on, Jasper.
Play yourself.
Yes, Jasper was able to use his sort of, touch with me beyond to exercise, to shatter this soul outside of Jardani and put it into fire.
To look like there's two people inside of you, one
Right,
the other.
exercise them, right? Yeah, just like that, perfect. Is that how you do it?
Well, no, I'm confused, but I don't want to unwrap my pendant right
That's
now.
fair, that's great, that's great. Yes, it was shattered into 5 other pieces that inhabited other individuals.
Stay back, demon!
In
Get
town.
off! That's a just...
Very good.
I read off the paper, so I don't get any words.
Yeah.
Latin is
Don't we
hard.
all? Yeah, it's fair. Yes, but it shattered into 5 pieces that went all throughout the town, and they were nowhere to be found until slowly, one by one, they were recovered and exorcised as well, going back into Jardani. Yes, indeed. Rather scary times, wasn't it?
You're all right now, Jardani.
Of course I am. Baguette.
Wow, that was really good French.
That was very good French. It was very good French. But now all of this aside, the town finally seemed to return to a semblance of peace, and some celebrations were to be had.
Right. In the middle of this season, we had the glorious fireworks show at the Mythosian New Year. So let's hear some fireworks. We also were able to have the dwarf games, all right? So, Manny, would you step forward?
That was
and
fun. Thank you everyone. It
Oh,
was
wait,
a
Max,
success.
can I play my pipes? Just pretend that we're at the dwarf game.
Yeah, go get your pipes. Yeah, there was a lot of merriment happening at the dwarf game, such as she was just ready to go.
That's her babe.
Everyone stand up, come on now.
You've been sitting too long. We got the time right here. You've been sitting too long.
Maxwell, dance. Dance.
And that was just a fraction of the merriment that was had. Oh yes, and of course, finally, finishing us off, the election for mayor, which Mayor Violet Atkinson won. A round of applause. A regal leader indeed, and now, the portal to Mythos has closed once again. I know, sad.
Yes, very sad.
And as rumour has it, a new portal is said to open soon. It may just be the portal to the dark world of law.
Dun dun dun.
So now, with the leadership of Violet Atkinson, we go strong into that darkness, bringing a light of our own. Indeed. Did I miss anything?
No, I think that's it.
And that has been a year in review. Thank you so much, friends. We appreciate you watching our show. We really hope that you got some education from it. If not, at least some entertainment. And if not, some edutainment indeed. Now, Lanny, yes, you want to take it away?
Thank you very much. Give it up for the acting troupe of Evermore. Now, before I get to questions, if you'd like to ask, we've got like 8 minutes left for questions, so if you'd like to, there's a microphone somewhere.
Right here in front of you, right here.
Oh, this is the microphone, so come here and stand while we stare at you. But before we do that, just say your name on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Maxwell.
Oh, very nice to meet you, Sir Serrano. So who has the first question for any of our characters up here? Or yes, you, sir, in the red tennis. Come on, hustle us up. Nice.
Brilliant, perfect.
Now you touch that line and run back, and no kidding. It's Mario. Oh, it's you, Mario. Give it up for Mario. What's your question? Oh, ask it in this one, Mario.
Could I please get some more dragon facts? I really much enjoyed this.
Dragon facts.
Hi, well, I can tell you a great deal about dragons. To be honest, I could take up much more than the rest of our time with it. But I suppose one of the main things I'll tell you is the main way to tell the difference between different species of dragons is by the number of limbs they have. So my little girl, Ailyn, she is known as a eudraconid. She has 2 sets of legs and 1 set of wings. There's also a wyvern. They are very similar to eudraconids, except that they've only got 1 set of legs and 1 set of wings.
And that's our time. Very nice. Thank you.
Very good.
Sorry, Mario. Da, 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 da. We'll see you next time. Da, 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 da.
Jim Odysseus, I
Someone up here. Yes, a familiar face. Please say your name and say your question. Say it in this, I guess, again.
Hello, my name is Jim Odysseus, and I ask you, so I get a lot of questions. Is it okay to come as a World Walker in costume, in your outfit?
That's a great question. Is it okay to come in your question? I'm going to give that question to Gudrun.
It's wonderful. We love seeing all people from different walks of life and from different worlds. And we've gotten to meet people from Middle Earth. We've gotten to meet people from Utah. We've gotten to meet people from all over the place. So please, no, come in whatever outfit you want, as long as you're clothed.
Yes, and we're clothed during the week. So another question, you, sir. Another familiar face. Please talk into this one, because we know that one's broken.
What can you tell us about the upcoming season of lore? For instance, has Cephas returned from the forest? Is the dragon still in the mausoleum?
That's really good. Has Cephas returned from the forest? Will the dragon wake up? Cephas, why don't you answer that one? Come up here, Cephas, the executioner. Woo! He asked you a question.
You fired. Why would I tell you my plans? You're trying to find me, eh? Yeah, good luck with that.
I guess we're not out of the woods yet. Oh! All right, we've got 5 more minutes for some... Yes, you in the Zelda shirt. I'm guessing.
Yes, you are right. Hi.
Hi.
I was wondering who thinks they're the best clan or group in Evermore. Also, do you want something shiny?
We don't want to get to fisticuffs, but let's do it by a sound. We have to do it by sound. All right. So I'm going to say the name of the clan, and whoever is the clan make the most noise. The Dragon Trainers.
I would like to point out that we are
The Knights and the Rangers.
And the acting troupe. That's the best one.
We'll give it to the acting troupe just to keep the peace. Just to keep the peace. All right, we've got 3 more minutes for questions. Yes, you with the face. Do you want to yell it or you want to?
what special clans or guilds are coming for lore?
That's great. What special clans or guilds are coming to lore? We go to Briggy for that one. She's got a soda bottle stuck on her horn.
I'm still here. That's the answer. As I'm very special. Yeah. I don't know if anyone new is coming, but I know that she's here also. But I'm still here, so I'm also best.
So we've got some questions, and there are some possible whisperings of other.
Yeah, I know how to whisper.
clans.
I'm very good clan. Yeah.
All right. Well, you wasted it on Briggy, so well done.
Yeah, that's your fault. That was your decision.
Come on up here. You are very patient. Please say your name and your question.
We're gonna go like this. Okay, so my name is Bailey.
Hi, Bailey.
I was just wondering, where is the fairy Briar?
Where's the ferry ride?
Briar.
Briar.
How dare you bring that up right now? Are you serious?
I'm sorry.
There was a fairy named Briar for no reason. Let's go to the, I don't know, Spider Witch. Have you heard? I know you just came into town, but have you heard of Briar?
Yes, they're on roses. I think I Rose. I think I could answer.
I can tell you where she is.
I think the spirit of Briar still lives on. Well, great question. Thanks for that. We've got a couple more minutes for a couple more questions. Yes. Oh yeah, please, you in the blue shirt. Yes.
Run faster. You're very far.
Give him a hand as he runs up here. That thing's on.
All right. My name's Tate.
Hi, Tate.
And,
Hi, Tate.
How much food does Jasper have on him right now?
That's the right question.
Well, Dervil's got my coat on. Let's see. No, I can't pull it all out. It's too many. And I've got no services to put on. Almonds, pie.
You already ate the pie.
I did eat the pie, so I've got another. Some apples, jerky. I'll share some jerky with you, how about that? Some bacon as well. You come up to me if you want some bacon later.
All right, great question. Make some noise for food. All right, you sir. Sir with the shirt that says, never tell me the odds. All right, we'll only tell you the evens.
That's right. So if we come to Evermore, what kind of quests would we be able to go on?
Ooh, great question. Well, let's go to our... Jasper, you want to take that one? Talk about the quests a little bit.
Well, there's several guilds you can join. Some initiation processes that go into that. You can join the Black Heart Hunters, you can join the Knights, you can join the Elfin Rangers or the Dragon Tamers. There's occasionally some sort of trouble in town you might be able to help with. Some mysteries that might be going around to discover some clues or some information about that. That's generally the gist of it.
There's also some mystery or mini quests with it. Some of the characters have mini quests you can go on. And there's always quests being developed. Well done, Jasper. Can we do that? All right, thanks, Jeff. All right, we've got one more question. Time for switch it, reverse it. You know the deal. All right. Who wants to give the last good question? Let's make it meaningful. Yes. No pressure though. Miranda. Please say your name. Hi.
Hi, I'm Miranda. I was wondering what brings Ariadne to Evermore.
All right, for that we're gonna go to Briar. No kidding, Ariadne. Ariadne, what brings you to Evermore?
Well, you have lots of spiders there. Have you seen them? They're literally everywhere. Also, I'm a very powerful being, and it seems that you might need my help in times of magical need.
Well, give it up for our local... You can always find her on the web. Well, that's our time, ladies and gentlemen. Come to Evermore. Speaking of the web, go to evermore.com, whatever that means in your world. I'm Lanny the dwarf who has a small nose. You're great. Say bye, everyone. Wait, so let's come act like this is a bar now. This is a bar, and this is
a bar with no drinks. If you've been to Evermore before, you know what I'm talking about. Well, my name is Suds McBride, and when the darkness is coming, in the darkness we need to unite. We do a phrase, and that phrase is hi, ho, hey, forevermore. And I need you to do it with me as loud as you can. Can you do that for me? Oh, come on. I said, can you do that for me? On 3, hi ho hey for Evermore. 1, 2, 3. Thank you, and we'll see you through the door.
Here we give a huge round of applause for the cast of